Dan, who are we talking about today?
Julia Roberts.
The Eagle has landed. Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
All right, let's get that off. What's happening, Dan?
Not much. What's going on with you, mister?
Going on with you? This is episode 4. We're going to talk about Miss Julia Roberts. Is she or was she ever a celebrity?
Yeah, let's get into it, my friend.
Yes.
So where do we begin the rise and fall of Julia, or did she have a fall?
I don't know if she had a fall or not. I'm trying to. Yay, this isn't working. I can't share my screen.
Oh yeah,
It's one of those days, Dan.
you're not very good at anything today, are you?
I'm not. I'm just gonna call it a day. Yeah, nothing's coming up. Oh, come on. There we go. There she is. Ooh, pretty.
There
Julia,
you go.
she's so pretty. You think this is recent or not recent? Man, I should be talking in my mic, right?
Yeah, I feel like that's 2010s maybe.
Yeah, I guess it is 2010.
Yeah. All right, let's figure her out.
Let's finger her out, right?
So she's born in 67.
So what's that put us for age?
Right now, 77, 87, 97, 2007. She's 50 something, 56.
Okay.
Something like that. So let's see what her deal is. So her first thing is this crime story. I remember that show.
You do?
Yeah, they played a runaround for the theme song, and it's Dennis Farina.
Oh yeah, yeah. That I do remember the beginning of that too.
You're right. So she obviously just had an episode on that, right? So that's 87. That's her first thing.
Well, before we start, let's talk about what do we think? What do we think Julia Roberts ranks amongst the women? At least I think just our generation for sure of movie stars. What's our thoughts going in?
I mean, I tell you, like, honestly, like Pretty Woman and stuff. I knew her then. I haven't really like followed her at all. Like, we were sort of talking about this last time with Margot Robbie. It's like, do a lot of women get like, even when they're big, are they carrying movies or are they being like people's boyfriends or girlfriends, right? So, right. That was kind of something we wanted to look at too. Is she a superstar now? I mean, everyone knows her name, but I really can't think of like anything she's been in recently. I could be completely wrong where I'm like, whoa, Julia Roberts is back. Right? You know what I mean? Like, I don't really know of anything like that. I kind of feel like her last big stuff is Ocean's 11, but she's not the main person. It's an ensemble thing.
I would say the biggest marketable Julia Roberts film recently is Eat, Pray, Love.
Yeah,
that's my opinion.
I don't even know that one.
You don't? It had
yeah. Well, yeah, but I'm saying I think it's like, I think she sort of like was like her biggest stardom was like, say, Pretty Woman in the next, like, say 8 years or 10 years. That's when she was a superstar, and then it's kind of been like, whatever.
Right.
She exists because she was famous, but to me it feels like she's dropped off. But like, let's look at her thing. Okay, so she's not a big star. And then is Firehouse. I'm thinking a movie. What is that? A TV show?
It is a movie.
Is she the star of it? No, she's not. She's just in it. No, and no one is in that movie that I've ever heard of.
No, Peter McKenzie.
Yeah,
it starts out really slow for her, right?
Right.
Firehouse. Did you see the advertising on that? It's like a woman's bottom 2.9 rating.
No, I don't remember that one at all.
Terrible. Satisfaction.
I remember Satisfaction because that was Justine Bateman, right?
Yep.
That was like her big thing. So she's in that, but yeah, this was probably like,
Julie's on the cover. Is she on the cover because she becomes famous later, or is she on the cover because
I think she's like part of the band?
Okay,
right. But Debbie Harry's in this movie too.
Debbie, I don't know who Debbie Harry is.
Blondie.
Liam Neeson. Oh, wow. Okay. Blondie. All right. Liam Neeson.
Yeah. So yeah, so that's a didn't do well, I don't think. But it's a like, let's see, they have its budget in here. Yeah, it just says it's gross. I don't have its budget. So it grossed 8 million. So it probably cost around that to make. So probably didn't make any money. And that's why Justine Bateman isn't the star. I would imagine, right? So
Probably.
yeah. Okay, so that's like, but again, she's just like, it's sort of like this is like 87, 88. She's done 3 things already.
She's young too. You said she was born in 67.
Yeah, so she's 20, right?
Yeah. So this is pretty. It's just pretty good at 20 years old.
Yeah,
she's working.
Yeah,
Baja, she's working. Oklahoma.
Don't know. TV movie. Where is she in this?
She's a star.
No, she's in. Willie Nelson's in it. She's in the top 8 of the people, but she's not. No, she's not anywhere in
Leslie
there.
Ann Warren.
Don't know her. Okay.
Robert Forsythe.
Yeah, I know him. And then the next one she's in is Miami Vice, a TV show. So that's a big show she's in.
It's a big show, yeah.
Yeah, so she's in a big show now. And then she does. I think this is sort of her Mystic Pizza. That I remember that movie. I think that did well, and I remember hearing about it. I didn't see it though. So
we had a mutual friend that talked about Mystic Pizza a lot.
Yeah.
You know who that was?
Sarah.
Yeah, Sarah. Just love Mystic Pizza.
Anyways, so the budget on this is $6 million, and it made 12.7. So
nice.
No, I don't know, because it's got to make double its budget.
Yeah, but I don't think you have a high marketing campaign.
Not even marketing, but like the theater takes 50% of the gross, right? So at 6 million, if you make 12, you've made 6 million back,
right?
Roughly.
Okay.
So I don't know. Maybe the maths was different in the 80s. I don't think it was. Who knows? It could be different contracts, but I mean, it's not a failure, and I think it's a movie that like people generally like. And while she wasn't the star, she was like second billing on this. Oh, Vincent D'Onofrio's in it.
Yeah. So is Annabeth Gish, who was the replacements on that Fox TV show with Mulder and Scully. She kind of became the new Scully for a bit.
That's X-Files.
X-Files. As the contracts were running low, so nobody they wanted to keep the show going, but the company needed more money. Blood Red is 3.9 in little Blood Red.
Yeah, I never heard of that one. And where is she in that?
But look who's in it. It's got
Eric Roberts, who's sort of Dennis Hopper.
It's her brother, isn't it?
Yeah,
Eric Roberts.
Yeah, it's her brother.
Dennis Hopper.
Oh yeah, so so it'll be interesting. Like, is that why she's like, like probably that's how she got an agent? Because I feel like I think he's older than her.
Yes,
I'm pretty sure. And he had been acting for some time. I don't think with much, like, he's not a big guy, but he's like in everything, right?
Right. And I know in the early 2000s that Eric Roberts was a name that if you attached to a film, you could do well overseas.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's
so I'm looking at his thing. Yeah, he had literally been, his first acting thing was 1964. He's probably a kid.
Wow.
That's
right around the time she's born.
Yeah, a few years later. Yeah. So he'd been in a bunch of stuff. So yes. So I totally forgot. He probably got her in and got her an agent and whatever, right?
Yep. I agree.
I wonder if they're even like, I wonder if they're like to have the same parents, both of them, like, or is it like a step?
No,
it's such an age difference, right?
Yeah. Is there though?
I would imagine if he was on something from that era, like from
you mind checking to see when he was born?
Yeah, he was born in 56.
So 11 years.
Yeah,
11 years.
Well, here, parents. No, he's got 2 parents.
Got 2 parents. Thank goodness.
No, right? But you know what I mean? Like it's not like a stepdad or anything like that.
Yeah.
No, I think they're the same. I think they might be. Yeah, I think they're the same. Genetically related.
Steel. Okay. So here's your biggest uptick. Steel Magnolia. She's not the Prince of the Ball, but she definitely is a supporting actress
The
in a
Prince of
movie
the Ball. The Bella, isn't it the
Princess.
Belle of the Ball? I feel
Yes.
it's a Belle of the Ball.
It probably is a Bella
You don't
of
need
the
to be
Ball.
royalty to be excited at the ball. You could be just anyone there.
Right.
They're
But
just
she
the
gets some
Belle.
acting. Look at she's working with Shirley MacLaine, Sally Field,
Yeah.
Olympia Dukakis. What a great all-star cast of women. Dolly Parton, Daryl Hannah, and then Tom Skerritt and Sam Shepard. Man, this cast is loaded. Dylan
Yeah.
McDermott. Don't know Kevin O'Connor. No offense
Right.
to any of those people, but
So now
Big cast.
that's a big movie, right?
Big
and
movie.
like, because like I said, all the actors are in it. What does it do well? Like, this is a woman's centric. Yeah. So $15 million budget, 96 million gross.
Nice.
So
Nice.
that's a big success, right? And where is she
Right.
built on this? She's the fourth,
Fourth?
but I mean, yeah, she's sharing a billing with all these really big actresses.
Right. And
And
here
then
comes trouble.
yeah, a year later, she gets Pretty Woman. So now she's a star.
Can you believe Steel Magnolia? I mean, people have said I don't check IMDb for reviews, but I can't believe Steel Magnolia would get a better rating than Pretty Woman. But
I could see some haters. That's why, though.
maybe
You know, it's a great movie, and George is in it from Seinfeld, and he's like a dick, right?
there he is, Jason Alexander.
Yeah.
I haven't
So
seen
now,
this
so she started in '87, so it's 1990, and she's a big star. So 3 years to become a big star.
3 years. Do you think
3.
Erica's jealous of her at this point?
I don't know. I don't know the relationship, right?
What do you think happens when your sibling overtakes you?
Yeah, but he's getting, like, the thing about him is he's getting steady work forever, and he's still getting steady work, like, and he's in everything. I don't know what kind of ego he has. You know what I mean? Like, he plays a dick in movies a lot, but he could be a nice guy, and he's just happy to, like, be in a bunch of stuff.
All
like,
right, so let's take a look at her hits.
Well, now she's a big
Steel Magnolia.
Well, she's a big actress. Well, and then she's a big actress now, right? Like, now she's like potentially the biggest actress, in the world after Pretty Woman, kind of thing. And it sort of depends on what she does next.
It's
and
Flatliners.
Look how crazy it is. Look how much stuff they put her in, right? So she does Flatliners is that one with Kiefer Sutherland.
Yep.
And they die. So and that was made in 1990. So it was made around the same time. So they're putting her in a bunch of stuff in the same time.
Right.
And then Sleeping with the Enemy. I don't know that one. I remember.
It's a really good movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the cast. Look at the quick cast of Flatliners. Sutherland, Bacon, Julia, one of the Baldwins, Oliver Platt. I feel like there's more to that too.
But it's interesting too, because now, right now they've probably made all these movies at the same time. Like in this movie, Sleeping with the Enemy, it cost $19 million and it made $174 million. So that's a huge hit. But she's not the she is the lead. She is the lead.
By far, she is. Everything. If you see the movie, everything is told through her perspective.
Right. So that's her next movie, right? Like Flatliners and Pretty Woman are kind of made at the same time, 1990. So she does Sleeping with the Enemy after. So that's a huge movie for her, right? Because it makes so much money. So now she's like, bankable. Like really, and then she does Dying Young. I don't know that one. Do you know that one?
Yeah, a little bit. It's Sleeping with the Enemy, only it's reversed. Instead of hating your husband and fearing your husband, you just have heartache for the man dying. So
this movie cost $18 million and it grossed 82. So another big success.
Yeah.
So now she's like, she's like, she can carry a movie. She's just done 2 and they've been extremely profitable. Right. Then she does Hook and gets to work with Spielberg.
Yep.
Right. So that's not like her, right? That's
what did Hook do budget wise? I'm not
70 million budget, 300 million. So it's a success, but it's not like she's in it and she plays, Tinkerbell, who I feel like, Captain Hook and Tinkerbell are more to me likable than anyone else in that.
Right. So The Player, I am not familiar with The Player. You familiar with this movie? It's 7.5.
Yeah, I love The Player.
Really?
It's a Robert Altman movie.
Okay.
It's very Hollywood. This is an ensemble thing, and Tim Robbins is the main guy. Nominated for Oscars. Did she win any Oscars?
We'll go back to that. I think she does for Erin Brockovich.
Oh yeah, I would say she does.
I think this is where she meets Lyle Lovett, though.
Oh, is she married to Lyle Lovett?
She was for a bit, yes.
Yeah. So, here, look at the films in which she starred in have collectively grossed $3.9 billion, making her one of Hollywood's most bankable stars. In a way, being bankable is really, you're a star. If you're bankable, you're a star because they'll just keep casting you and stuff if you can bring things in, right?
Didn't you have an argument with somebody that they said certain people aren't stars because they're not good actors?
Yeah, whatever. That was just nonsense, right?
So she's ensemble on the player and Pelican Brief. So we are. I think for me, it's Steel Magnolia is a big jump up. Pretty Woman's a huge jump up. Flatliners is a creep up. Sleeping with the Enemy, another jump. Dying Young, solid jump. Hook, good jump. The Player, don't know because there's
it's a good movie and it's well rated, right?
Right. So then the Pelican Brief comes, and this is, I think this is the absolute peak because I think she's going to fall a bit after this.
And she's still, she's with Denzel Washington, but I think she's billed ahead of him.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, at least on IMDb she is. And this one cost $45 million and made $195. So she's on a tear right now. Like she cannot do any wrong, really.
I thought Pelican Brief would be rated higher than that. Okay, so here is where we kind of take a step back.
I love Trouble.
Yes, and the only reason when you think about the '90s, the only reason you go see a movie is because who's the star in the trailer. It's not about who was the writer, who directed it. It was the star. That's the way I watched movies.
I don't know. I was a big Oliver Stone fan.
Oh, really?
So anything he did, I would see, yeah. And then he just got horrible.
I still like it.
That was much later. So this movie loses money.
Oh.
So this is like her first, this is a problem.
Okay.
And it's cost $45 million and it grossed 30. So it lost a lot of money, that movie.
Ouch.
So let's see what happens with the trajectory of her.
We're falling bit. Ready to Wear. Not familiar with this film at all.
Ready to Wear, is that the other Altman film? Yeah, that's another Altman film. And Altman's just like a famous director. See, I haven't seen an Altman film because I went to film school. And it was nominated for 3 awards and it won 3 awards. What awards were they? She won Worst Foreign Actress, a yoga award. I've never heard of that.
I never heard of that either.
And then she also won Best Performance in a Supporting Role. Oh no, that was Sophie Loren. Sorry. So Ready to Wear. Yeah, I don't think people love this movie. I think it was a little too weird. It cost $18 million and it grossed 11. But again, this is not like she's in there as a top billing, but it's like, again, these movies I think are pretty, there's a lot of different things going on, moving parts.
Right. So she's got back-to-back something to talk about. I think Something to Talk About makes money. I Love Trouble and Ready to Wear lose money. Part of that is probably story, obviously, not necessarily Julia Roberts fatigue. So they're like, let's try her with Robert Duvall and Dennis Quaid in Something to Talk About.
Bombs huge.
It does.
Well, actually, I don't know. Sorry, I don't know. It grosses $50 million. I don't know what it costs. Doesn't tell me. So, but I'm looking at her movies. They do cost a lot of money. So I don't know.
I wonder if she's getting a big paycheck at this point.
She's probably getting lots of money. Like part of the budget is part of her paycheck.
Right. Everyone says I love you. I don't know anything about this film.
Oh, it's a Woody Allen film. So that's a whole other thing, right? Again, that's like they want to work with her, right?
Yeah.
And this one does not do well. $20 million budget, $9 million gross, 9.7.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
But that's not. Again, she's in it. It's
right.
A Woody Allen
movie. If Woody Allen's calling you, you are a star, right?
Yeah. So she's still big. Then she does Friends, an episode. I remember that. So that was kind of like she's she's super famous and she's going to do Friends because she's probably friends with one of the friends or something, right?
And friends with friends and friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the hottest show in America too. So it's like,
yeah. No, it's a huge thing. Yeah, so she's kind of on fire. Then she does Mary Riley. I kind of remember that. Yeah.
He's on a downward turn from here.
You think it's a downward turn?
I do.
Well, this is a horror film. Oh yeah, this is budget is 47 million. It grosses 12. Yeah.
So let's take a look back, and I was kind of right on when she starts falling. I Love Trouble. Hold on here. Hold on. Look at I Love Trouble lost money. Ready to Wear lost money. Something to talk about. We don't know. Everyone Says I Love You lost money. She pops in Friends, and then Mary Riley. She's got 4 straight losses if you take away Friends, and we don't know what's something to talk about.
Right, and this is right, but at the same time, she's doing a movie again with Robert Altman, who's like, there's some prestige there, and then Woody Allen. So it's like those are not her faults to the same extent, right?
No, a lot of this isn't the actress's fault. I mean, just the scripts you pick, right?
Yeah.
And we have nothing. We're talking about Julia Roberts and Julia Roberts only. So to me, she hits her peak right before I Love Trouble, and she hits a rough patch. So
then she does this Michael Collins movie, which is well received critically, nominated for 2 Oscars, right? But budget wise, or it cost 25 million and grossed 11, so no one saw it.
Wow.
Right, but she's doing a movie that's technically a good movie.
Right.
So I mean, that's not really her fault. Like if a movie doesn't do well, but it seems to win all these awards.
What happened to Aidan Quinn? Aidan Quinn was a hot name for a bit.
I don't know
her. So then okay. So if we look at the trajectory, and now she's kind of going like this. I think the next movie definitely starts ticking up. The next 2.
Well, now she's going back to her rom-com kind of roots, right? Here, this one feels like a rom-com, and
this is going to be a big hit.
Yeah, 38 million budget, 300 million gross, and it's by one of my favorite directors, PJ Hogan.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I love it. That Muriel Wedding movie is just fantastic. One of the greatest movies I've ever seen. I love that movie. I don't know why.
Muriel's Wedding?
Muriel's Wedding. Yeah, it's not really in my wheelhouse of normal things I watch, but it's just so good.
Huh. That doesn't sound like you at all.
No.
I guarantee you Conspiracy Theory makes money too. It's
with Mel Gibson. I saw that. I saw that movie, yeah.
What? Dan saw one of the movies?
Yeah.
Crazy.
I saw that movie.
I did too. I mean, at this point, I'm dating my high school sweetheart, and we're going to a movie every week because what else do you do in here? 1917,
Right. So this is let's see if it makes money. 75 million, so a big budget, and it makes 136. So does it really make money? I don't know. Could break even. Yeah, it wasn't like a well received. Because Mel Gibson plays kind of a weirdo. Like he's not, I mean, he's a weirdo as we find out later in life, but he's kind of he's a little too strange in this movie because he's kind of a crazy guy. Right. Then she's on Murphy Brown, and Kramer was on Murphy Brown too.
So I think Notting Hill comes back. She's still, my opinion, she's on an uptick now because these movies you put
Stepmom.
Skip it.
She stars in Stepmom.
Oh yeah, you're right. Stepmom.
Yeah, and that's a huge hit. $50 million budget, 159 million gross. Wow. So yeah, so she's sort of, she had a little bit of, but again, even that trouble spot is she's doing well received stuff, critically acclaimed and working with big names. So I don't know if she's really down at this point. She's just kind of maybe taking a little bit of I'm going to use my clout to do more artistic things, and then she kind of comes back with, My Best Friend's Wedding. Right. And that's a big thing. And, and then, yes.
From a financial standpoint, she's on an uptick. How's that?
Yeah. Notting Hill, I feel did well too.
I think it did too.
Yeah. Huge. 42 million, 363 million.
I think this movie actually makes Hugh Grant a household name too.
Yeah, and it's interesting here because this is kind of I think in a while where she's not the top bill person. Hugh Grant is.
Right.
Right? Like
Right.
she's a big part of it. And she plays, I think, doesn't she play like a famous, like, yeah, he's like
Movie
a
star.
nerdy guy and she's a famous movie star. So she's almost playing a parody of herself.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is interesting. Then goes to Law and Order. So she seems to like doing TV for fun.
Yeah.
Like,
did you, since you're a Law and Order fan, did you see these 2 episodes?
Yeah, I did see that one. I don't remember them fully, but I remember. Right. I can't remember what she played, but I do remember she was on it. Maybe she's a lawyer.
Oh yeah.
Who's corrupt or something? I think, or she. No, I think she. What's it called? That I think she's like she. I forget the guy's name, but the Hispanic guy, Benjamin Bratt. She sleeps with him. Yeah, she sleeps with Benjamin Bratt, who's married and has kids, and his wife has like some like Parkinson's or something, and it kind of ruins his life. And it's like mentioned she's like a witness. Maybe she's not a lawyer. She's a witness. Maybe she was a lawyer, and he ends up like doing stakeout with her, not stakeout, like keeping her safe in the safe house, and he ends up sleeping with her, and it kind of runs for the rest of the series with that character, how he screwed up. And
that's probably where she meets Benjamin Bratt. I think the two of them get married or they date.
Or maybe that's why she did the show.
Maybe that's why she did the show. Was he a regular on the show?
Yeah, he was one of the cops. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Then
all right,
Runaway Bride.
She teams up with Richard Gere again in Runaway Bride.
Wait, hold on. Let's see this. So she has top billing now.
Yeah. Look at how that flips, right?
Yeah. That's actually interesting. So she's and it's a $70 million budget, 309 gross. So this movie is big too.
So Richard Gere and Julia Roberts together is a winning combination.
Yeah. And then she does Erin Brockovich, which is like that's where she wins her Oscar.
Yep.
Right. And people love this movie. And it is a great movie. And it's like all about her. Yeah, she's great. Like she's not just a pretty face. She's the real deal, right? Yeah. Not just because of this, but yeah. And again, $52 million budget, 256. So this movie makes a lot of money and it gets her Oscar, and she's, so maybe this is her peak. And she's really honestly like yeah, she had little things, but I don't think they were big problems. So it's like since 1990, she's on a tear, basically. I think there's a small.
Yeah, I think she dips a bit, but she's on an upward tear. She definitely is
But she's still solid for 10 years. It's it's now, or not 10 years yet, but almost 10 years. Like 8 years at this point. So then she does.
That's a lot of movies in 8 years.
Yeah.
Really? She did all these movies and TV shows in 8 years?
I'm kind of trying to think like who else is like a female who's like who's taking the leads of movies during that era. It's like Sigourney Weaver. Like I don't.
Tim Robbins' wife.
Susan Sarandon. Yeah,
Susan Sarandon.
But she's she's much bigger. And this movie also is very successful, and it's with Brad Pitt, right?
The Mexican is not. The Mexican
is no, it isn't.
It makes money.
It makes money, yeah. Well, I mean, it cost $57 million and it grossed 147. So, it probably made some money. Yeah.
So, a good friend of mine went to high school with Julia's personal assistant during this time, and he went to the premiere and said the movie was terrible. He goes, "Oh God."
I don't think it was that. You're right, but you have Brad Pitt and Julia Roberts in it, right?
Right. America's Sweetheart.
America's Sweetheart. I don't know this one.
Yeah, John Cusack, Billy Crystal.
And she's top billing on this one.
Yeah.
And this one's 46 million and makes 138. So she's still successful. Yeah. She, as I said, and then after that, she does Ocean's 11, which again, that's like, it's not, that's a whole ensemble thing. That's probably because she knows Brad Pitt now or whatever, right?
Well, and two, you'll see that she starts becoming friends with George Clooney from this. Oh boy, so she's on fire, right?
Right.
So Grand Champion. Is this a is this a movie for her kids, or does she have kids at this point? She's not even on
Yeah,
the.
her Emma Roberts, that's her niece or something, is in this.
Oh, so Eric Roberts' daughter, right?
Maybe I don't. Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
I wonder if Eric's a producer on it.
that's what I was going to look at. I'm looking at who the producers are because she's not really even in top billing. No, she's not. No, there doesn't seem to be. They're not producers of it. But yeah, like even I don't know this one. It's a kids movie where I don't even see where she's on the.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
where is
weird,
she even
right?
in this? Right? Maybe she makes a
Plays
cameo.
Julie, uncredited. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, it grossed $54,000.
So it made what the average American makes in a year.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah. Full Frontal. I don't know that one.
Good movie. Steven Soderbergh. I mean,
Oh, yeah. Now I remember. Yeah.
It's the first time she works with Soderbergh. I remember because this movie was shot on film or on digital, and it was one of the first like digital films. So,
oh, it cost $2 million.
Right.
And it made 3.4. So I mean, but like you said, if it's so low to make.
Imagine making a movie with Julia Roberts, David Hyde Pierce, David Duchovny for $2 million.
Yeah.
$2 million. Catherine Keener.
Well, everyone probably just worked for scale.
Wow.
Right.
Dang. That this is the lowest budget I've seen with stars.
Like
it used to be Eddie Murphy's Mr. Preacher movie, whatever it was.
And then she does
Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, where her and Clooney start to become friends.
Clooney directs it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's not the lead in this, or even like, and so it makes it. This one doesn't do well. I don't. $30 million budget, 33 gross. So no. But again, it's like it's not so much about like she's working with like these people. She seems to have a knack for wanting to do things that are, to work with certain people who are like good. So
right.
It's like it's not just like she's not just doing big movies to make big monies and then burn herself out. No one likes her.
Right.
Then her next big one is Mona Lisa Smile.
What does Mona Lisa do?
Well, 65 million, 141. So
wow, bigger than I thought.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's that's
so they really like what the audience likes. It looks like Julia Roberts in a position where the woman can pretend that she is Julia Roberts in this love kind of. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, I have no clue what that was about. That's what I heard. What? Why don't you try that again from the beginning?
No, where the audience member is a woman and they can connect to Julia Roberts in a position that they wish they were in, like these romantic love stories, or it seems like that is the type of movie that connects to the audience the best with Julia.
Well, that's what we were sort of talking about again. Like when a woman is the lead, what kind of movies are they? Like in a way, like do you really want to see a woman? Yes, here and there, like as an action hero, fine. But it's like I want to see, that word, this word core competency. I want to see like certain types of people play like roles that you believe them doing, and it doesn't necessarily mean they've got to blow up things or be a spy. Like there's other things in this world that are interesting if you tell the story correctly.
Right. I feel real quick on this IMDb page. Look at Kirsten Dunst. I feel like somebody put the wrong picture in there of her. That does not look like Kirsten Dunst. I should be sharing the screen. Oh, I don't know.
What are you talking about? Totally looks like her.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. So she does Closer. Again, this does really well.
Is that a Soderbergh film again?
This one is no, Mike Nichols. But she's not the star of this. She's in it, but she's not the star. It's Natalie Portman. Right.
Another solid ensemble piece. Pretty good actors.
Could be, or it could be more. I don't know. I haven't seen it. It could be a Natalie Portman movie. And they have other big actors.
It's a long time ago. And your favorite actors in it? Clive Owen.
Yeah. Give me some Clive. Yeah.
Ocean's 12, another
Ocean
Ocean's
12,
movie.
yeah.
Little Dave Matthews Video. I didn't know she did that. The Ant Bully. She does some voiceover
Some
work.
voice, yeah. But she's not the lead on this. It doesn't do
Charlotte's
well.
Web.
Yeah, it doesn't do well, this one. The
Hmm.
Ant Bully. But again, she's not the lead, so it's not like
I
she's
never heard
carrying
of
it. Charlotte's Web, I mean, I love that
Yeah.
old cartoon of it, right? Is she
Right.
the lead? I feel like, yeah, maybe she's the lead. No, Dakota
She's
Fanning.
Charlotte.
Oh, she's Charlotte. She's Charlotte.
Yeah.
So she's the character. Does this movie do well? I mean, I love the old cartoon of it. Never saw this one. 85,148,000. So this makes money too.
Mhm. Charlie Wilson's War with her first time with Tom Hanks.
Yeah, and this was like an Aaron Sorkin thing. And this is like a political thing too, right? This movie makes a lot. I mean, again, this movie, it's hard to tell because if the budget's 75 and the gross is 119, did it really make money? Like, doesn't it need to make 150 to make money?
I don't know. Have you ever heard of Fireflies in the Garden? Because I have not.
I have not heard of Fireflies in the Garden, but that looks like another.
Wow. Yeah, another ensemble piece.
Yeah. It almost looks like maybe she's like kind of like, I don't want to, am I wrong about this? Like, no, I am wrong. I was going to say maybe she's like kind of slowing down and like not doing as much. Like where she wants to do, like where she's like going on, but that's no, because she's in this movie, Duplicity, where she's the star of it. But this one doesn't do very well. 60 million budget, 78 million gross.
What are you on? Duplicity?
Yeah, Duplicity. Right. Because Charlie Wilson,
Clive Owen again.
So is this where things slow down for her? Actually, like, is Fireflies in the Garden kind of like the beginning of the slowdown?
Yeah, I'd say that too. Well, we hit again with I think Eat, Pray, Love does make money. Valentine's Day, I don't know what that is.
Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm. Another ensemble piece, though. Good cast, good director. Doesn't do all that well on the rating scale.
Oh, it makes a lot of money, 52 million to two, and it makes 216. So
nice.
She's still she's a big star still. Like, I mean, again, maybe not the kind of movies I'm gonna go see because there's a lot of romantic comedies and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm kind of feeling that like she hasn't had like a Pretty Woman giant hit again.
Nope.
But she hasn't really declined.
Nope.
Right, or at this point, Erin Brockovich is her like last big.
Yep.
I mean, but then she has Notting Hill, but again, like, yeah, she's still like, yeah.
I think my opinion, Eat, Pray, Love was supposed to be the next big Julia Roberts hit. Does it make money, Dan? It's only a 5.8.
Let's see if it makes money. All right, let's see. $60 million budget. Yeah, $204 million gross. It makes money. So yeah, she's
what year is this?
2010. So she's bona fide, like, keeps going. Like, yeah, she's not. I kind of thought she dropped off, but I don't think she has really. She might basically be a consistent star till even now.
Right. Well, this is 13 years ago. So
13 years ago.
I think this might be the last time we see her on her own as the main star, making a lot of money, though, because there's a lot of stuff coming up I haven't heard of. Love, Wedding, Marriage.
Yeah, that one's she's not the lead of that. $12 million budget, 500,000 gross. So that was a problem.
Okay,
but that doesn't seem like she's not carrying that movie. Larry Crown. That's
Tom Hanks. Her and Tom Hanks. Oh wow! And this is definitely a Tom Hanks, Julia Roberts vehicle. 6.1. Yeah.
And then money wise, $30 million budget, 75 gross.
Okay.
I think there's also a little reality of like, Richard Gere and Julia Roberts, like, they're both good looking people. Tom Hanks.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
He's not attractive enough to be in Julia. Now they could play brother or sister, or but as romantic. Mirror, Mirror, Disney movie, 2012. She is the evil queen.
Is that the next one up?
That's the next one up. Yep.
Sorry, Larry. Oh, Mira. Okay, is she? Oh, no. Interesting. Nominated for 1 Oscar. What is this? Best achievement in costume design. That's not. You do a weird movie with weird outfits, and you get that.
Yep, exactly.
Is there any budget here? Let me see. Yes, box office 85 million and 183. So this makes money.
Which one was it? Sorry, was it Mirror Mirror?
Yeah, Mirror.
Yeah, it feels like a. Yeah, go ahead.
Then we have the next one, August.
7-2. I've never heard of this movie.
Yeah, I feel like these are like, what is this? Is this like a look at the lives of strong-willed women of the Weston family whose path have diverged until a family crisis brings them back to the Oklahoma house they grew up in, and to the dysfunctional woman who raised them. So this is Meryl Streep's probably the mom, and these are the kids, like Julia Roberts, Julia Lewis.
Wow, great cast. So wow, Sam Shepard, Chris Cooper.
This movie makes money, and it's cheap, 25 million, and it's 74.
Benedict Cumberbatch. It's got 5 to 7 celebrities in it.
Yeah.
Including 2 Oscar winners, you know?
Yeah. And so
The Normal Heart.
That she's in a TV movie. Is she the lead of this movie?
With Mark Ruffalo. Wow.
Mark Ruffalo. No, she's not the lead. She's just a character in it. Right.
It must be about AIDS. It's like from the trailer. AIDS movie.
Which one was that? The Normal Heart. Yep. And then Nature is Speaking. Do you know that's a TV series? She's just in an episode of it though. So this is just a TV show. So she does seem to like to work.
Yeah, it sounds like a nature propaganda kind of deal, and in a nice way. Secret in Their Eyes. We are approaching 2015. We are 8 years away from.
Yeah, she's not the lead in this either. Budget
she will
19, gross 34. So,
She, I bet you call Julia Roberts. You're like, hey, I've got the script. Nicole Kidman's attached.
Yeah.
Just a couple other actors. Alfred Molina. Will you do it? Sure, I'll do it. Let me see the script.
Yeah.
She's down for some ensemble stuff.
Well, yeah, she does.
Yeah, it probably the stress level isn't as high when you're not the main actor too,
Yeah, but the payout's probably not as high.
No, I don't think she cares
at that point. Yeah.
Right.
Then Mother's Day, which again another ensemble with Jennifer Aniston,
Kate Hudson, Jason Sudeikis.
But this one doesn't make that much money.
Timothy Oliphant.
This one is a budget of 25 million and gross is 48.
Okay.
So
I feel like she's at this point. I feel like this is Eddie Murphy territory now, where she's just kind of an actress. Agreed?
Well, I don't know, but just like she's still a big name. But yeah, is there like again like but she has these movies that are making lots of money, right? Like like she's been in stuff that is bringing in like hundreds of millions of dollars still.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what was the last one, which was that Eat, Pray, Love. Was that the one that made a lot of money?
Yes. Where she's the star. Absolutely. So Money Monster. I remember this film. I don't think I saw it.
So wait, Eat, Pray, Love is still like a big money maker, and that is 2010.
So 6 years ago. So she teams up with George Clooney again in Money Monster.
Money Monster. Yeah, I don't know this one.
So George Clooney plays an on-air TV.
This one makes money, 27,093,000. 27 the budget, 93. So who's it directed by? It's directed by Jodie Foster.
It's Jodie Foster.
Yeah. So this one isn't like a blockbuster, but it definitely makes everyone money.
Yeah. Another good
It's not a money monster, but
it's
makes
not a
some
money monster. Yeah.
No. And then she's in Smurfs. Is she like the lead in Smurfs? I have no clue.
Probably
No.
Probably
Smurfette is Demi Lovato.
Oh, really?
So
she's not even.
Yeah, so she's not. I thought she'd be Smurfette, but she's not.
Smurf Willow. Wonder. What is Wonder? I wonder what Wonder
Julia
is.
Roberts,
Oh, yeah.
Owen Wilson.
Yeah. I think this movie is a heart wrencher.
Yeah, and she well, I guess yeah. Let's see, what does this do budget wise? Oh, huge. So $20 million budget, $315 million
wow.
Yeah. So this one makes a lot of money.
It's rated nicely. Go ahead.
And it gets nominated for an Oscar.
Oh, it is. Wow.
Makeup and hairstyle, though. Makeup and hairstyle. Yeah.
She gets fourth billing. Isn't that crazy? I wonder if she got it with or
well, I think
and.
Yeah. All right. So then where are we now? That was Wonder.
Men is back. Ben is back.
Ben is back. She's back. Okay, so she's the lead in this. Ben is back. This $13 million budget, $10 million gross.
Dang.
Yeah, so this is a low budget film. It didn't, weird though that like, I mean, but she's all over the map with like what she would do. So it doesn't seem like she'll do expensive movie. She hasn't done any action movies or anything like that, really. I mean, Ocean's 11, but it's not where she's like, I'm going to be. This is like Marvel territory. Like, why isn't she a superhero or some nonsense like that, right?
No, I don't think that's her type. Conspiracy Theory is a little bit of an action movie,
Yeah, it is.
But it's
Homecoming. She's in the show. Is it an anthology series? So this is a TV show, so she's just in it, but she's not the lead.
There's a short called Let's Dance. Doesn't count. She does a Fast Times at Ridgemont High table read.
That's during COVID.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Happy Diamonds is another short. Gaslit.
That's her TV show. Is she the main person in it? I think she is. Yeah. Watergate was wrong. Martha was right. So she's a star in this. I think she looks like, I've never heard of it, but TV is so, and it's with Sean Penn. Think about it. There's a show with Julia Roberts and Sean Penn.
We've never heard of.
I've never, and look, what's the reviews? People seem to 7.3. Right. So this is a well-received show. I've never seen an ad for it. I don't know. Is it on Netflix or on Amazon? What is it on? Stars, right? Okay, that makes sense. I have no clue. Never seen a promote. I guess, it's hard to see. So then her last movie is Ticket to Paradise, which is a George Clooney. Oh, so now she's doing a divorced couple team up and travel to Bali to stop their daughter from making the same mistake they made 25 years ago. And I'm sure at the end they fall in love. I don't know. Maybe they don't. Right? Okay, so this is her last big movie. George Clooney. What do you think? Is it successful? What do you think?
I think it's not. I think it's not.
It's got a $60 million budget.
Okay.
And makes 168.
Oh, wow.
But see, this is again like, does that make money, right? Like, but it's
COVID.
But it's like here, like look, the math is like it's 60 million, so it needs to make 120 based on its budget to break even. But that doesn't include marketing.
Yeah, but Dan, here's your homework for the next show. Do the research on how it's broken down properly, so we know exactly.
Everyone. I'm just going by the wisdom, which is like if it's a $60 million movie,
but the budget
for advertising would be 30 million, roughly, is what they say. So we're talking about a $90 million movie. It made 168. What?
Okay. How do we know that when they say this is the gross or this is what the studios took in? How do we know that number isn't already taken? Like the theater's money's already pushed aside.
Oh, and that's not. It's gross. It's what the movie hit. Yeah, because they want the biggest number there.
All right. You and I have been wrong, disagreed on stuff before. I'm gonna confirm
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a total amount of money the movie made, all of it in. So that's what I'm saying. Like $60 million budget, then it's like 30 million for advertising, so 90 million. So really, this movie needs to make 180 million to be successful. And then it makes 168. So I don't know if that's as successful. Let's just say, I mean, it looks good in numbers, but I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, and again, this is the wisdom that goes around now, and that's 2022. So yeah, and now she's got, what has she got coming up? She's got some movies coming up, but we'll have to wait to see. Family drama coming up. So is she a star? What do you think? Is she a star? When did she stop being a star? I kind of think she's a giant, like Pretty Woman to Erin Brockovich, I think is her biggest era. But I don't think she ever really goes away. So Pretty Woman is 2000. Is from Pretty Woman is 1990. Erin Brockovich is 2000. So I feel like at that point she's the biggest female star in the world between that era. And then she's still making movies that make money, but I feel like there's other female stars that are eclipsing her. But she's still big. I still think she's probably top 5 her entire life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm trying to find Erin Brockovich. Did that pass
It's
it?
2020.
2020 is that? No, 2000.
No, 2000. 2000. Sorry, 2000.
2000 is Erin Brockovich. Okay. Yeah.
And then again, from the last 20 years, she's still in stuff that matters and is big. So she sort of never goes away.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, is she the biggest? Is she the biggest star? Is she the biggest star female of the 2020? She's definitely. I don't know if I can say definitely. She's definitely probably the biggest female star of the 90s.
For sure.
I mean, there's other actresses that are are older who did. You could say maybe she's this person is the biggest actress of the late 20th century, but I don't know. She's a star, and she never really stopped being one.
Right.
That's my conclusion.
Yeah. I think she is a solid star until about 2005 to 2007, and then she's got a bunch of
solid
actress.
No, but she's got movies that make huge amounts of money though in that time. Those still after.
Huge amounts of monies. What's the biggest? As soon as we get into 2007,
well, the Ocean 11 movies where she's like the main love interest, right? I mean, again, yes.
Do you go there to see Julia Roberts? No,
you don't. But there was a whole bunch of them that I just can't. There's so many of them, but there's a bunch.
Eat, Pray, Love is really like the last Julia Roberts mega hit. And then you go, well, Money Monster does okay, and then she's a big part of that. Mirror Mirror makes money.
No, I don't think that one did.
You said it did because it was a Disney flick.
I think the August one made a lot of money.
August does.
No, August made it was a low budget 25 and it made 74 million.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that
So I'm wrong. Probably closer to within the last 6 since Money Monster, she is slowed. Look at what's after that, Obviously we have COVID in there, so
yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't feel like right now she's got that big name like that she had, right?
Yeah, right.
Like
Homecoming does well too.
And it's a different thing, right? She's born in 1967, so like we said, she's 50 at this point too, right? Like in 2017. So, is she going to be, now you have to cast her with, men roughly of her age to be a romantic thing. I mean, you can cast her with younger people too, but it's sort of like, then she looks older. She's not playing like this,
She's like 56. So it was a great run. Like she is.
I don't think it's over. And that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, I mean, I've never seen that show that she's Gaslight.
Yeah.
Like it's a Watergate thing. So there is a place to, we don't really see like besides for someone being some sweet grandmother or the matriarch of I want to see like there's different things. Like women don't just not exist when they're 50 or 60 because they're old. They still exist, and it's like I'd like to see more stories that like tap into that world where it's like interesting and there's something that like, oh, that's it doesn't sound, you're like, oh, that sounds whatever, but then you're like, no, it's really interesting if you think about the intricacies of it, like I don't know. So yeah. Anyways,
I agree with you, Dan. What I'm going to tell you first, because I on a 1 to 10 scale,
mm-hmm.
I think we're going to pop this up in a second. This is what I give her.
Like when are we? I guess are we looking 1 to 10 over her entire career or currently?
I'm entire career.
Entire career.
Yeah.
What do you?
Oops, 1 second.
Because I think at one point she definitely was a 10.
Yes.
Right. Like she was totally a 10 at one point. Like from Pretty Woman to Erin Brockovich. That's like a 10.
I think it's Brockovich.
Brockovich.
Brockovich. I give her that. That's all I could find on screen share. An 8.
You give her an 8. I give her an 8 too. I give her an 8 too.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Solid.
I think we're basically the same thing.
Okay, good.
Yeah. But I would give her. Oh, look at you.
Oh, not better. 8.
Ask the 8 ball. 8. Ask the 8 ball. Ask the 8 ball.
Woo!
All right, go.
8. There you go. So, real quick, let me throw this guy out here, and then we'll call it a day. Oops. I don't want to do that. Good, I'm going to cut that out. I cut it all out, Dan. I don't have it here.
All right.
All this work. Well, thank you, Dan. I appreciate it. It's another episode, episode 4. Julie.
I'm going to play us out.
Julia Roberts. So you can send me an email, Brent at deadcelebs.com, to request one of your favorite actors, and we'll kind of take a look at them. So, and we'll talk about who we're going to do next week.
Yeah, we will. All right.
Thanks.
Okay. Ciao.